Hey, you're listening to the station that provides inspiration for the entire family 24 hours a day. We are The Promise 107.3, and this is the Sunday Morning Jam Session. I'm Xavier, Whittington, your host, and with me, it's time for my special interview with evangelist Veronica Morgan. Miss Morgan, how are you doing?
I'm doing well this morning. How about you?
I'm doing awesome. Look, I want to start this interview off with a question that many people probably want to know. How long have you actually been in the music industry?
In the music industry, I've been in about 2 years, but I have been singing since I was 5 years old. And then out of my illness, I decided to form my own record label, become an independent artist, and produce the music that God has birthed in me.
Okay, I'm glad you talked about your illness a little bit. We're going to get into that a little bit later on in the interview. But actually, what makes your music ministry different? Because a lot of people, they have I model after Miss Shirley Caesar, or I model after, Pastor Shirley Caesar, or I model after Kim Burrell or somebody. What makes your vocals, what makes your music ministry different from others? How can you I guess you could say exfoliate yourself from others?
Most people say I have a special anointing, and my music is from the heart. I can go from low range to high range, and I sing a variety of styles. And I go from traditional gospel to jazz, to the contemporary gospel. So it's a variety of styles that I have.
Now, a little bit earlier in the interview, you talked about your illness. I believe that was breast cancer. So tell me how your experience with breast cancer helped your music ministry even go further. Your relationship with God even go further, because you have in that kind of situation, you have to have non-doubted faith. You have to believe. So tell me how that affected your ministry and advanced it.
Oh yes, it really was a plus to my ministry. After then being diagnosed in 2006 with stage 3 breast cancer. At night, the Lord gave me music when I was going through my chemotherapy. And at night, that music soothed me in order to enable me to sleep. I had insomnia. And then later on, maybe a couple of years later, the Lord put lyrics to that music. And that music is just soothing. It made me fight. One of the songs on the CD is War Cry. And at that particular time, I woke up with a nightmare. I was bald, and I was being put in a corpse. And I woke up and said, I will live and not die. So it really pushed me to the will to live and to fight and produce this ministry.
That is very, very awesome. An awesome word. The War Cry song, I tell you, I've actually heard that song. It is a wonderful, wonderful song. I shall live and not die. Those are the most powerful words you can pretty much ever say. The I shall live and not die. I actually live by that. My mother taught me to live by that earlier in childhood. Speaking of mother figures and the way mothers act, my mother was a single mother up until the age, I think I was 15. She was a single mother. So I hear that you're a single mother and
yes.
You have kids. So tell me how exactly, because my mom, she had to pop me upside the head a couple times when I was younger. So tell me the struggle. You have your music ministry. I believe you went through breast cancer a little bit later on in life, but you still had the kids.
Yes.
So tell me how all that bundled up. For all the single mothers out there, the young single mothers out there, give them some encouragement.
You really have to have faith in God and strength. With me, I had an abusive marriage, and I decided to get out early. And after getting out early, my children were very young. Well, I was a minister at that particular time, very active in the church. And so I decided not to just moan and groan and just say, oh my. But I thought about T.D. Jakes' woman died loose. And he loosed you from things that you may grow further in life. And with that in mind, I put in a positive image in my kids' mind that you can do anything through Christ that strengthens you. And yes, it gets hard sometimes, but I allowed them to see me pray. There are times when, very few times, they saw me cry because I didn't want them to see me cry. But it's okay to cry. And because it's a part of healing. Right. And so I instilled in them, they saw me do things independently. seek God. With that, I have one. My daughter Vanessa attended North Carolina State University, graduated, and my son Jeremy was instrumental. He's into music in getting the producers for the project. So it was wonderful. They see me work independently, and they know that in order to make it, you have to fight, and you have to be committed to what you do. And first of all, I'll put God first, and the rest will come second, and you walk in your destiny.
She just preached to somebody right there. That was an awesome word right there from Evangelist Veronica Morgan. Let's talk about this wonderful album that you have, Glory in the Rainbow. Do you want to, how did that come about? Is everything written by you with all the lyrics, and how does that really, because some people just write albums just to write it and think they can get album sales, but tell me how Glory in the Rainbow really comes from your heart.
It comes from my heart because, as I stated before, it was music and lyrics the Lord gave me. I think every one of the songs were music that was given to me, except for Amazing Grace. Of course, I've been around for years.
Yes.
And I dedicated that to my mom, and so I decided to add Amazing Grace on the record. And also, Amazing Grace was one of the songs that I sang at the Women Empowerment after I won the Women Empower Singing Audition in 2010. And so the other music is basically written by me and my daughter. One is written by my granddaughter. When I was 6, she came and said she had a song for me. And she was 4 at that time, and that was Hold On to Your Joy. So on the album Glory in the Rainbow, originally our album was going to be called My Journey Dancing in the Rain. And then I went on a retreat and asked the Lord, woke me up and said, read about the rainbow. And I read about the rainbow, and he told me, sent me to Xdigga, where he saw the glory of God in the rainbow. And the glory of God shined around about the throne of God. And so I woke up and I said, it will be called or changed to Glory in the Rainbow.
That is amazing. Awesome. See, it's crazy the way, God, my mom says, God has a way, and it's mighty sweet.
Yes,
my grandma used to say it. Everybody says it. The older people, anyway. Let's get some booking in for you. If somebody wants to come book you for a concert, church service, how would they get in contact with you?
They will get in contact with me. First, they can visit my website, which is www.singerveronicamorgan.com. Very easy to remember. My daughter is my booking manager, Vanessa Morgan, and also you can contact me by my 800 number, because we on our label Miracle Records LLC, and that number is 800-691-5219. You can also contact me at my Facebook page, Evangelist Veronica Morgan, and also Twitter. I have to learn how to use that a little bit better.
Twitter. Everybody's really just getting to the swing of things as far as Twitter.
So that's VM Singer, at Twitter. So
Okay, so everybody hear that? At VM Singer on Twitter. Get that Twitter up and rolling. Get our followers, everything. I'm going to definitely shout you out on my Twitter account a little bit later on tonight. Actually, how can they get in contact with you for the album? How did they pick up the album?
For the album, locally, I'm at the Vineyard Bookstore in Wilson, the Gospel Kings in Raleigh. We would like to penetrate in this area, Rocky Mount. We're trying to look at some of the bookstores here. Online, you can shop and buy from CD Baby, ReverNation.com, and Amazon, and many other stores online.
Okay, that is awesome. Well, thanks for being in the jam session with me today, Evangelist Veronica Morgan. I'm so happy to have you here. Do you want to have any final words?
Yes, I'd like to give a shout out to my mom, Bishop Eloise Sessoms, the pastor of St. John Holiness Church, Black Creek, North Carolina, and also to the studio that was very instrumental with this project, Shaka Holly, Playground Studios in Durham, North Carolina, and all my friends and the Wilson fans that have supported me with this ordeal. It is a journey, but I'm excited about it.
I am excited as well. Hey, look, keep it locked to the number one station in all of Eastern North Carolina. Coming up after the break, the top 5 of the week right here on the Sunday Morning Jam Session. Stay tuned.
He's been good to me. He's been